Thanks so much for attending this video about why your efforts on YouTube are not paying off. So currently your videos are not getting the results you'd like them to. Despite you investing a shit ton of time trying to adapt outlier ideas and using tools like 1of10 to scripting and recording and making thumbnail, then editing or hiring someone to do so. Only at the end for the experience to feel like crap. And what infuriates you the most is the fact that your competitors are making simpler videos with basic information and their videos get more views than you and even their business is booming thanks to it. It just doesn't make any sense. You know that your advice and value are miles ahead of the competition, yet the results show something else. You also know that you should play this YouTube thing as a long-term game, but you simply can't ignore the numbers. You know that views aren't everything, and that something like getting clients from the videos is way more important. You may even have immense authority and just treating this YouTube thing as marketing. So no need to rush it. Your offer is so good to the point where nobody can say no to, yet you're not getting what you believe your content deserves. Now you're more envious to beat the competition and create a brand that's different and unique. So let me show you how. Hi, I'm Mehdi and I help entrepreneurs turn YouTube into a client conversion system without wasting much of their time. You see, this whole industry is messed up. Valuable videos don't necessarily grow your channel and don't necessarily get you clients for your business. The main proof is probably your videos. However, let's not get ahead of ourselves and start by defining what value even is. We can start by checking the dictionary, but that won't do us much favor. The context of value of a YouTube video actually depends on the other videos available around niche. That's why you may see that a simple lazy video in another niche can get a lot of views. You may be asking, well, how is this any helpful? You see, the human mind always looks for the easiest path and solution. So it's also not about just making a video that solves a problem for your audience. Because if that was it, then every video that solves any bullshit problem will be successful. Of course, I'm not saying that you should make dumb videos that don't give any value, but we'll get to the solution in a bit. But for now, by understanding that people like easy wins, you can engineer your videos around that. This is more about understanding the system surrounding the YouTube personal branding to use it to your advantage. Don't be like a fish that doesn't know it's underwater. Now, this type of thinking may seem extremely dangerous and sinister for some viewers. However, if you think about what a YouTube video should accomplish apart from the personal branding sauce and crap everyone and their grandma is talking about, a YouTube video should provide a simple solution to the viewer and save them the time and the pain it took you to discover it, not to make their life harder. For example, just imagine you want to help a lazy person become more productive with a 100 daily to-do list. It's not gonna work, my friend. Now you can start to form the picture about why your competitors are getting way more results. Because they use this exact strategy. And please, as much as possible, do not fully copy-paste your competitors. You should try to create your own game rather than playing in someone else's game, which gets us to this next point. For example, nobody is going to be better than Mr. Beast at doing the Mr. Beast stuff. Nobody is going to be a better feel-good productivity guy than Ali Abdallah. You see, just think about it. If someone is already great at making general productivity videos for people inspired by books and articles and personal mentorship, and he's succeeding with it, then you're not the first one to think about mimicking him, and you're not even the only one thinking about doing so. This will create an influx of other people who will try to do the same thing, which means a more saturated market. Now, a saturated market is actually good. You know that there's demand for this stuff. But the problem that people ignore is that the supply is already well satisfied. Of course, this doesn't only apply to something as big as copying Ali Abdallah. This happens also to trend niches, like copying the lazy style of making videos by showing your swipe balance or talking and drawing in front of a whiteboard. And honestly, one of the best examples of creating your own competition is Reendorse. You see, this guy wanted to expand to organic YouTube traffic because ad costs on Facebook started to rise and profitability started to decrease. And so instead of making general productivity videos like everyone else, because of course this is the norm and we should follow the system, they went in the opposite direction to make niche videos that are simplified around flow state, something way more niche. Even talking to the head editor of Raindoris, he agreed with me that the videos were around the great time where people already knew productivity stuff. They knew all the tactics, the techniques, like deep work and all of that. So it was more about the right strategy at the right time. Look, even when it comes to generating great YouTube video ideas, a lot of people who are not even strategists like me know how they can do it. Like, for example, adapting outlier ideas and using tools like 1F10, which again leads to lots of competition. Heck, this even exists with thumbnails. It's actually more common now to find someone who preceded you in making a specific idea that you also had in mind. All these things are tricks and tactics. Instead, focus on the basics of your channel. This is how we shift our YouTube strategy from working harder to playing smarter. Look at what's already in supply and see what's in demand but nobody is making. It may take some time to test and figure things out, but it's really worth it. And when experimenting, always keep in mind that it might not work. This is how you form your growth thesis and test its effectiveness. Next, we have the self-awareness part. Don't worry, this isn't some productivity crap. Rather, it's as simple as being brutally honest about your videos. Even I could be hyped about making a video, and by the time it's published, I know there is a lot of stuff I could have improved, and I know it could have been better. It's normal. Even MrBeast has that. For example, I have a friend who I'm helping with his channel. He told me that he could spend a full day preparing a video. This actually may seem like a good deal, but the thing is, the thumbnails and editing are actually outsourced. And for a business owner like him to spend all that time for a video that doesn't end up getting him business results is pretty undermining. And so after a quick competitor analysis, even analyzing one of his videos, I discovered multiple problems. And trust me when I say you may actually relate to them. He cares too much about details. The video doesn't give the concrete solution immediately. The presentation and performance kinda sucks. And many other problems that basically make the retention worse. Also, by this point his niche is very, and making videos like everyone else, of course he's not making them like everyone else, but I'm just simplifying, that doesn't cut it out. So we're now testing a new direction of making his videos, and we just gotta see the results. It might not work, and this is the point of testing, to see what works and what doesn't work. All these things could be fixed once you're aware of them. One of the big parts about fixing his videos is basically giving people what they came for immediately, as well as it being a mix between theoretical advice and actionable advice. This is the video so far. If you liked it, you'll probably like a system that you could use to make videos that nobody is making but are high in demand, as well as a thumbnail system that you could simply edit on Canva. Thanks for your time and attention, and see me later, I guess.